Hello and welcome to another Pauper video. We're playing Petitioner's Mill once again. Get excited. We're going to be slamming advisors on the table and milling our opponent out. This is supposed to be pretty good versus mono red, and I've got a little bit of new tech. So we've got the persistent petitioners. It says tap 4 untapped advisors you control to mill target player 12 cards, and a deck can have any number of these. I went with 10 today. I'm filling out the rest of the deck with a bunch of changelings, universal automaton, Moth Dust Changeling, and Masked Vandal. Masked Vandal can actually exile artifacts or enchantments an opponent controls, which combos with Generous Ent, which is pretty sweet. We have Glistener Seer as an advisor, and Bellowing Crier instead of Pawn Prophet here, because this is an advisor, and when it enters, you draw a card and discard a card. We can combine that with both Knot of the Bone and Deep Analysis to actually put a bunch of card draw in the deck with Deep Analysis, as well as a bunch of life gain with Knot of the Bone and card filtering with the Bellowing Crier, so hopefully that'll work out. The mana base, I decided to go with a bunch of islands, a bunch of forests, and Seraph Sanctuaries. We actually have 4 forests here, but I don't know why that's not showing up. Okay, whatever. Sideboard, we have 2 Spellsetter sprites, because with a lot of changelings, this can be pretty neat. Dispel for counterspell decks, do Glamour for Affinity, and like maybe something like Bogles. Sandstorm for mono red, and Relic of Progenitus for the terror decks, because we want to try to stop them from ever getting on board. And if that's the case, we can gain a lot of life, get ahead, and then start just doming them a ton and cracking the graveyards. So that's the deck. I have another video on this previously, and hopefully you like it. Make sure to check out patreon.com for sideboard guides for the decks I like to play. Hit up me with a like and subscribe, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you thought about the deck and the gameplay. In the YouTube, under the YouTube thing, you can see the join button for the members only section of the YouTube channel, in which you can get early access to videos, sideboard guides, donation decks, all that cool stuff. Check out cardmarket.com, the largest seller of Magic the Gathering cards in Europe. Let's get right into the matches. Round 1, here we go. We're on the play versus potentially burn. I don't know. Okay. We've got some things to do. I think I'm going to keep. We can play the changeling and then play the automaton, tap it, and attack. But attacking is not really part of our game plan. Maybe it's not that great of a keep, but we're just going to start going. Turn 1, 1-1. Okay, that resolve took a little while, but we'll pass the turn. They play Contaminated Aquifer, so probably Fairies or Terror. It's unlikely that they're going to just snuff this out. If it is Terror, we want to focus on milling ourselves first if we can get to that point. They've got an upkeep stop, so probably a Terror deck. Play this Automaton and attack for 1. Opponent goes to 19. So we've drawn a lot of cards. Drawn a lot of lands so far. I did open the 3 lands, but this does make our Deep Analysis a lot better. I can draw into those. So any number of Deep Analysis or the Bellowing Crier would be pretty good. Our opponent is on Fairy Seer, so Fairies, not the Terror deck. We don't have to worry that much about whether or not milling them helps them then. They play an Aquifer. I feel like just trading my creatures with their Fairy Seer is actually decent. They've went top, so they might have a Ninja. Okay, Glistener Seer is solid. They can block ninjas, and then I guess I'm passing. I'm thinking I want to upkeep Scry, and I'm probably going to shove this changeling in front of the Fairy Seer if they attack. Plays Augur of Bolas. I imagine that they found something. They find a cast down. I guess they're not attacking. They knew I could pick this in front of their creature. Let's remove an oil counter to Scry. Deep Analysis would be solid. We find another Glistener Seer. Okay, I'll top it. Draw, play the Seer, play the Island, pass the turn. They're getting in. Okay. I'll use the ability and put the Moth Dust Changeling in front of the Fairy Seer. They could cast down this and then use their ninja. They're brainstorming. They snuff out my creature. Wow. Aggro. Alright. They get in for 1. Will they ninja? They do ninja. We have double 0/3s for blocking. But that makes it so I have to probably just take a blind draw here. They draw So one of the cards from the brainstorm is on top of their library, and they can bottom it if they want. You know they have cast down. They go bottom, bottom. I'm not gonna take the upkeep scry. We found the deep analysis. Sweet. Draw 2 cards. All right, your turn. Shouldn't, So I was thinking I would yield until the next end step, but I might want to scry with the creature if they kill it. Yep, let's scry. Petitioner's on top, I'll take it. I snuff out my other creature. Okay. Fine. I'm just gonna block. Okay. Kind of imagine that they have a spell setter here. Try to play the Masked Vandal as a blocker. Play a spell setter sprite. Yep. I'll play the Petitioners. And I've got a lot of life gain lined up. I just have to not get, buried under their card advantage. They play a Thorn. They're going to be drawing cards. I'll block here. Just don't want them to have too much interaction in hand. But Thorn is probably good for me in the end if I can actually start milling them. They draw for Monarch. They have 2 snuff outs left in their deck. Find a Sanctuary. I'll play this. Gain a life. If I can get some changelings. Let's deep analysis. Finding a generous Ent. I'll just slam Knot of the Bone. Pass the turn. Gaining up to 21 life. So this next turn, I'm going to try to play a generous Ent. They play a Seething Landscape. They haven't used any counter spells yet. Getting in. For some reason, they did not attack with the Augur. I guess because they don't want to give me the Monarchy. And the Monarch token has the Bojuka Bog around it. Weird. I will try this Generous Ent. Counter spell from the opponent. Okay. They play a Fairy Seer. On my sideboard, I guess maybe the Sandstorms could be decent. They're not attacking. That's weird. It has the Bojuka Bog around it. I don't understand. Let's see. I will attempt to play a Universal Automaton. Okay, gain a life. Deep analysis. They could spell setter sprite this. Maybe I should have deep analysis first. Don't do it. Spell pierce. Problems. Your turn. Okay, Lorien revealed, drawing 3 cards, going to 6 in hand. No, Bojuka Bog. Okay. They're sending in the creatures. I'll mill myself. Milling a Generous Ent. They draw for Monarch. 35 cards left in the library. Find a Petitioners. Play that out. Pass the turn. We might get there. They're brainstorming. That Spell Pierce really wrecked me. Playing the Universal Automaton first was not great. Cracks the landscape to clear the brainstorm. That makes sense. When it already it's 16:20 on clock, it's turn 10. They're attacking for 3. Sure. I will take the 3. Plays an Augur of Bolas. If we can mill ourselves enough, then we can just gain so much life that they'll eventually deck out while timing on themselves out. They find a counterspell. Yep. I will mill some cards. If I mill another creature, I'll just try to Knot of the Bone here. If they want to counter. Gain 4 life. Another Spell Pierce? Jeez. I didn't expect that many Spell Pierces. Guess that's what they're doing. That's their plan. Go to 7 life. Find a deep analysis. Okay, well, deep analysis. They can counterspell, but we have another deep analysis. That's our sprite. Brutal. They've drawn most of their deck, so it makes sense. Draw some cards. Okay. So both of these creatures, not only can they block, but they're going to gain me a little bit of life. They kill my creature. How much damage is this? A lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. They're just going to win. Didn't get anywhere. So what is my plan? Sandstorm. Try Knot of the Bone. They have a counterspell. Knot of the Bone again. These Fairies players. The Spell Pierces and whatnots. Congrats, they got me. How can I beat them? Some number of Knot of the Bones out. Some number of automatons out. Or, yeah. And then we can bring in sprites and dispels. And then I'll cut maybe 1 Vandal. I want my 1/3s. I think the Moth Dust Changeling is better because it can fly. You'd like to play first. Can't keep this hand. This hand is fine. So I can sprite on 1, which is helpful. We're working up to a deep analysis. Seems okay. What do I want to put back? I guess the Dispel. A Glistener Seer turn 1. And then we'll pass. And we'll try to Spellstutter Sprite their 1-drops. Really make them hurt. They play a Contaminated Aquifer. Okay. I don't need to scry. Okay, Seraph Sanctuary is good. So I can Petitioners right now, get that train going, or I can Sprite their 1-drop. I'm gonna pass. Play an Island. Right, so they're leaving up Counterspell. There's Glistener Seer, scry 1. I'll keep the Island. Draw and play the Rimewood Falls. Pass the turn. I need to be patient. They play a tap land. We'll scry again. Finding an island. I'm gonna bottom that for the moment. We already have a land drop lined up in my land. So now I can try the Petitioners. They could have Counterspell, but if they do, probably okay. Now, let's just pass. Cycles of Fumes. Okay, so if they slam the Monarch, we can end step the Spellstutter Sprite and attack in with the Monarch, or the Monarch. 4 mana for the opponent. They are passing. Remove an oil counter to scry some more. Not of the bone. Don't need that for sure. Now we're just drawing. Other Petitioners. Okay, I'll play it. Is it worth attacking? They're not doing anything. I don't know if I want to mill them or not. Like, the slow mill's not really getting anywhere, so I'm just going to attack. They're going to do what? Kill my Petitioner? Okay. I guess I should have kept that land. Then I would have been able to work up to the point where I could maybe deep analysis. Plays a 5th land. Or I'm just going to try the deep analysis. Fortunately, I feel like it's going to get spell pierced. So, sucky. Cycles of Fumes. They don't have a counterspell? Wow. Okay. Guess I'm attacking. They sacrifice the landscape to grab another land. Get in. They play a land. Monarch. Alright. For you. Island. Start by deep analysising. There's a Dispel. So I can play the Changeling into their Spellstutter Sprite. Then I can go Glistener Seer, Petitioners, mill you. Changeling. Oh. I had a Spellstutter Sprite the whole time. Could never seen it coming. I can go Petitioners, Glistener Seer, mill you. Donk. You're at 31 in library. Milled Counterspell, Mystic, a Ninja, another Counterspell. Okay. We don't have any Changelings in play, I think. No, we don't. Masked Vandal's the first Changeling for us, so then we could counter something, a 2-drop with the Spellstutter Sprite. So I probably want to... Okay, they're using a Lorien Reveal, drawing 3 cards. Snuffs out my Petitioner. Draws. We have a deep analysis. And a deep analysis. Find a Glistener Seer. Just cast the Glistener Seer then. Probably another Spellstutter. Yep. Now I can get my Vandal on the table. Gain a life going to 19. And mill you again. Boink. Alright, you are now at 14 in library. It's happening. 9 minutes on clock, opponent. What are you going to do? Brainstorming. I guess they're looking for a removal spell, which is fair. Kills the Petitioner. They've got the Bajuka Bog. Okay, are you going to attack? They're sending in 1. You have a Ninja? They are drawing 2 cards a turn. Oh, they have a Okiba Gang. Even more fun. Okay. We get to discard. My turn, I'm going to scry. Luckily, I can just play everything from hand. Don't have to wait around. They're at 11. Scry on upkeep. Going to bottom that. I want some action. Masked Vandal again. Alright. I can double block the Okiba Gang now. We're at 17 life. Our opponent plays a Fairy Seer. So how many removal spells are in their graveyard? Let's see. Fumes, Fumes. Snuff Out, Snuff Out. and a cast down. So they've got 2 snuff outs and a cast down at least probably left over. They went top, bottom. They're attacking for 2. I'll take 2. They draw to 9 cards in library. I'm gonna scry again. Looking for deep analysis. I mean, Petitioner is fine. Guess I top it. I will attempt to cast a Petitioner. If this resolves, they're dead, I guess. So they probably have the... Oh yeah, they have Sprite in hand. Oh my god. I'm not on it. What a worthless play. Oh my goodness. Sorry, everyone. Just another Sprite. So now they're going aggro. We will double block the Okiba Gang, try to kill it. They're going to Ninja. This is 6 damage. They're drawing an extra card. Okiba Gang dies. Plays a land. Just drawing cards. I'll scry again. So I'm looking for the Knot of the Bone. Bottom that. That's the turn. Opponent flashes in their Spellsetter Sprite. Pass the turn again. So I could win here if I... Nope, no I can't. They killed my thing. So I have to find an advisor off the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Any Spellsetters in the graveyard? No. I have to have no counterspell. I have to get another advisor. Knot of the Bone would also probably win the game. Analysis. 1, 2, 3, 6. Block here, block here. 1, 2, 3, 4 damage. If I deep analysis them, they go to 3. That doesn't kill them. Analysis myself. Okay, they got me with the Spellsetter Sprite. We'll go to round 2. Okay, round 2, let's bounce back. Hopefully our opponent can play a little faster. I'm sorry. Okay, we have land, cycle. Seems fine. Keep. Land. Grab a tap land, play the tap land, grab a tap land. Let's pass the turn. It's fine, it's fine. Tap lands are fine. Opponent plays a Draws Forge Bridge. They could be on Affinity or Madness Burn. Could also be on the Jund Glee deck. We're going to grab a blue land. Draw. Play the Rimewood Falls, pass the turn. Okay, they play a mountain, so it's probably a burn deck. Highway Robbery. Almost assuredly a burn deck. Let's force cycle. Grabbing another tap land. Play the tap land. Start playing 2 drops. Now we want to probably try to mill ourselves looking for the Knot of the Bones. That is step 1. Get a lot of life. They've got Highway Robbery plotted. So they can, for free, discard a card and draw 2 cards. Plays a mountain. They grab the prize, pitching a Kitchen Imp. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We can play Petitioners. All right, let's see. We can play everything this turn. Petitioners. Play Changeling. Play Glistener Seer. Pass. I want to mill myself 12 looking for a Knot of the Bone. That came out swinging. I mean, we're on the table quickly. But it's turn 4, so. What is next, opponent? We're currently at going to 14 here. A Highway Robbery. Discards Fiery Temper. And they temper my guy. So we're going to mill ourselves. Tap, 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 tap. No Knot of the Bone in there. Oh, there's 1. Okay, great. They're getting in for 2. And a Bellowing Crier down there. Plays a land. Could just kill every creature of mine. Yep, that's what their plan is. Vampire's Kiss me to 12. Currently, Knot of the Bone will gain me 20 life. Play a Petitioners. Play a land. And guess I attack. So I just want to wait until the last possible second to use the Knot of the Bone. Although maybe they could kill me right now. Faithless Looting. Pitching 2 things. Yep, we're just going to Knot of the Bone right now. Gain 20. And then I'll scry. If I find another generous ent, that'd be cool. Universal Automaton. I'll keep that on top. Pass the turn. They put me to 29. They have the Kitchen Imp in play. We also don't really want to mill them until we can turbo mill them because they could potentially have sneaky snackers, and that could be a problem. All right. We're getting in. I'm going to flashback the deep analysis first. Draw 2. Looking for that life gain land. Find a Bellowing Crier. All right, I could play the Bellowing Crier and pitch the deep analysis. I can go land, Changeling, play the Automaton, and then pass. I think I can only afford to mill myself 1 more time before starting to mill them. Maybe I should just start milling them. But I need another life gain spell. They play a Kitchen Imp again. Can I do this? Can I get there? Okay, we have 1 Petitioner, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 left in the deck. They're getting in for a lot. 6 damage. Okay. Take it. They discard. Discarding a Sneaky Snacker. They don't snack back. I'm going to mill myself again. 1. We find a bunch of Knot of the Bones. Great. Play Deep Analysis. Go to 12. Play Masked Vandal. Let's go. Masked Vandal. I guess exile your land. Exile your land, Generous End. Oh no, I didn't play my thing. Whoops. I meant to Knot of the Bone there, and now I'm at 12. That's bad. Okay, I'll play a Universal Automaton. That was real not good. That was the opposite of good. Oh my god. I'm super throwing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. A Faithless Looting. Sneaky Snacker comes back onto the table. Let's see what they can accomplish. They're pitching Kitchen Imp. Okay. So we're going to make the Changelings fly, block the Kitchen Imps, and then mill them. Okay. This one. Make this one fly. Block. And block. And then mill you. 1, 2, 3, 4 advisors. Oh, I should have okay, this is hard. So I should have milled them with this one and then tapped the Masked Vandal. We go to 8. So double Galvanic and we're dead. They don't have it. We'll cast Knot of the Bone. Gain 36 life. Play Petitioners. So we can mill them 1 and then mill them 12. Now I feel pretty confident. Alright, it's working out. This is the way we drew it up. Do I have a forest left to draw? I guess I could have pulled a forest out of the deck. They Faithless Looting, getting Snackers back. And they find enough removal to get rid of my Petitioners. They need 2 removal spells. But then I can probably just Knot of the Bone and then survive. Faithless Looting again. Okay. They discard, draw Swords Bridge, Sneaky Snacker, play Jagged Barons, put me to 43. And Vampire's Kiss. I'll mill you. And then I'll mill you again. Or I guess go to combat. I can block the Voldaren Epicure. They scoop. Yeah, we took a game. Feels good. Alright, so I don't know if we need any changes. I think it was the way that we wanted it to be. Resubmit. And now that I learned to mill myself first, that was good. We got a little bit of the remembering how to play the deck out of the way. See how it goes. So here we have the Seraph Sanctuary and a bunch of changelings. I think I'm going to keep it. It would be best case scenario to draw an island or... Okay, we drew the island. So let's start on the Glistener Seer. Then Seraph Sanctuary Changeling. Scry. Then we can go Petitioners. It doesn't work. Trying to figure out a way to maximize. Play the Sanctuary. Play the Changeling. Gain a life. Your turn, I'm at 20. They grab the prize, discarding the Snacker, so they're going to get their Snacker back. Let's scry. And I don't want the forest. Okay, Seraph Sanctuary. Maybe this was too much. Let's play the Mothless Changeling, gain 2 life. Feels good. And then I'm just going to scry. Bellowing Crier, I'll take it. That's the turn. I think what I want to do is draw the Crier and then play Vandal into Petitioners. Or Petitioners into Vandal. I guess that works better because then I can get rid of their black source. Yeah, that's better. I get in for 2, we're at 19. Vampire's Kiss again. Never mind, I have a black source now, so it doesn't really matter. Highway Robbery. You know, I could still get rid of this. Let's play the Petitioners. Mill ourselves. We found the Knot of the Bones and the everything, so I think we're in a good spot. Play the Masked Vandal. Get rid of your land. Getting rid of just 1 creature, Generous End. And pass the turn. Okay, I have double Knot of the Bone, just 1 Knot of the Bone. I have double Knot of the Bone. I can Deep Analysis plus Knot of the Bone plus Milieu. They kill a Petitioners. Okay. No, Bojuka Bog. That's really bad. That was big time. I've not ever seen this deck playing Bojuka Bog. We're at 17. Plays Nile Spellbomb. Okay. Ellen Crier. I should scry first. I'll put this on top. But we're going beatdowns. Discard this. Play the automaton. We'll attack you for 3. Good luck. I have a lot of attackers. 5, 6 damage a turn. You want to start blocking? A highway robbery. That Bajuka Bog was brutal, and I didn't expect the spell bombs and stuff. I suppose I should have. They're kitchen imping. They attack for 4. Or are they going to attack? Picks up the Bajuka Bog with the bounce land. It's in for 4. Find the deep analysis. I'm going to play the land and attack. So next turn I can play the deep analysis and then potentially draw a land and flash it back right away. I don't want it just to get eaten by the Bajuka Bog necessarily. They have a fiery temper. They hit me down to 12, now down to 8. I guess I need the Deglammers. Hammer their lands and stuff. Maybe the deep analysis is greedy. Plays a tap land. We have a Masked Vandal. Try deep analysis. Maybe I should have played the Masked Vandal. Play a Seraph Sanctuary. Gain some life. Then good eye deep analysis. We'll go to 6 and then go to 2. Just drawn. I don't think it matters that much. I think we're dead anyway. Oh yeah. Send in the team. I guess maybe if I'd waited, then I could have drawn into this Changeling and other Changeling to gain 6 life. Yeah, well, I'm sure I'm dead here. They discard Vault of Whispers. Discard Vault of Whispers again. We know they have Bajuka Bog in hand. They drew 2 fresh cards plus card for turn, and they can draw off the Spell Bomb. Click in that concede button. Grab the prize, discarding Sneaky Snacker, so that's GG. I can't really think of a better way to go about this. If I want to grind a little bit more, maybe I just take out the automatons, or the Glistener Seers. Maybe I can just get rid of the Bellowing Crier. It's like it's kind of medium. I'll have all 1-drops, and then just bring in 4 Deglammers to mess with their mana. And also deals with the Nile Spellbomb. Okay, we have Changeling into Petitioners. Guess I'm keeping. Gnaw to the Bone in hand. I don't have to mill myself just to find the Gnaw. Play the Changeling. Alright, our opponent plays a Jagged Barrens. Play Island and Petitioners. Go ahead and attack for 1. Next turn, I can cycle the Generous Ent and Masked Vandal a artifact land. Attack. This is a little bit of a combo because this puts a creature in your graveyard for the Masked Vandal. They play a bridge. Bolt my creature. Saw it coming. We'll cycle for an untapped forest. Play the forest. And then Masked Vandal. Getting rid of the Generous Ent. You go to 18. We have to pressure their life total at least, right? Hopefully that completely stalls them out. They play Nile Spellbomb. Okay. Maybe next turn they will crack the Spellbomb, trying to get in. Go Glistener Seer and Petitioners and pass the turn. I'm going to start trying to target them with the Petitioners, even though that will give them back, like, snackers and stuff. They cast Faithless Looting. The one thing I can do is chill on my Knot of the Bone. They didn't find a land. Okay. Mill you. They're at 36. Another Knot of the Bone. That LD really mattered there. They cracked the Spell Bomb to try to draw a card. Exiling my graveyard. Okay. They're not finding lands. We LD'd them out of the game. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. You go to 22 in library. We're nearly there. Find another Petitioners. This means I can mill them 13 this turn. They have to deal with both of the Petitioners to win, so I think we just got them. Okay. We win the game. 1-1. Let's go to the next round. So we are here on the draw in round 3. We could cycle for a forest and take out an artifact land. It looks like our opponent's on islands. So we get to see if the plan that I have is going to be any good versus their deck. Play the Rimewood Falls. Then next turn we can go Seraph Sanctuary into Masked Vandal. And after that we can play Petitioner's Changeling. Our opponent Mental Notes, so they're on Mono Blue Terror. We want to get a lot of life and then dome them really fast. They mill a 2 boomerangs. Crazy. Play the Sanctuary. I will play my Masked Vandal. Gain a life. Maybe I should have just played the Petitioners out. That was probably a better idea. Now they can counterspell my Petitioners. But they're on blue-black somehow? Okay. I definitely should have played the Petitioner out. It's probably the mono blue with Sneaky Snacker, so one of Contaminated Aquifer. Our opponent Thought Scours themselves, milling Thought Scour Island, plays an island. Valerian Terror. It's happening. They got on the board fast. So let's go Island, play the Petitioners, play out the Changeling. We'll go to 23. Pass the turn. We have to also be able to resolve the Knot of the Bones, which can be a problem versus their deck. A mental note, milling Ponder and Foil. Yes, it is that deck. We need to get another creature on the table. They draw 2 cards. Brainstorms. Plays an island. Got another terror. Gets in for 5. Certainly a lot. Plays Thought Scour, milling double Snacker. Yikes. We found the Petitioners. Let's go. Forest Cycle. We can grab another Rimewood Falls here. Play the Falls. Play the Petitioners. Hopefully they don't have a foil in hand. They did not. Okay. So we're going to go end step mill you, pass the turn, mill you, mill you. I guess I could mill myself first to make the Knot of the Bone better. I have 5 men in play. I get in for a 5. Okay. I'm at 13. Plays a Tellurian Terror. They probably have a ton of counterspells. Plays a Ponder. One more card draw spell and they get to get the Snackers back. Mill you. Untap, we have a Generous Ent. Cycle. Grab a Forest. Play the Forest. Start passing the turn. See if I can resolve a Knot of the Bone. Our opponent can bring back the Snackers here. You're not in a good way. Counterspell, counterspell, foil, counterspell, foil. Boomerang my thing. I will attempt to cast Knot of the Bone. Spell Pierce. It's always Spell Pierce with you, my opponent. No. Not paying. Mill you. They're at 6 cards in library. 5 cards left. They have to have a counterspell for the Petitioner. They get in for 10. Deep Analysis, I think, is a liability in this matchup. I will attempt to play the Petitioner. Their last counterspell was in hand the whole time. Brutal. Probably has a Spell Pierce in hand. Thought Scour me. Okay, they just want to draw a card. They were trying to put their Snackers in play, maybe. I'm gonna block. If they Brainstorm, then we can just kill them with this. Oh man. Cast a Terror. Knot of the Bone. Another Spell Pierce. That's pretty expected. Cast Knot of the Bone from hand. Yes! Play an Advisor. Okay, so they're going to go to 2. Then if I resolve the Deep Analysis, they die. I'm going to block with both of my creatures and then mill them 1. Okay, block, block, mill you. What's your last card? They can't get the Snackers back because they can't draw cards. Plays a Cryptic Serpent. And Deep Analysis you. Boom, you're dead. Did we get there? Don't string me on like this, opponent. Yes! All right. Got him. We win game 1. We need the Knot of the Bones, 100%. Mass Vandals, we don't really need. We need the Relics for the Mass Vandals. And then some number of Dispels over the one Deep Analysis. An Automaton, I guess. Is my plan just to... Alright. Maybe only go to 2 Deep Analysis. Now I can't afford necessarily to crack the relics. Okay, we found a relic turn 1. Deep. Opponent taps for a Ponder. So we'll go Seraph Sanctuary, Relic you. Keep your graveyard clear. Yeah, Sanctuary. Play the relic. Hopefully this plan works because I was pretty specific about Terror here, and if I overboard specifically for them and win, then I'll feel good about that. Opponent plays a land. I'll go Island. Play out Automaton. That'll gain me a life. I can also play out this Changeling. Gain a life again. I'm not that worried about cracking the relic at the moment. End step Echoing Truth. Okay. So they want to counter the relic then, huh? They ponder. And they play island. Go island, they can counter the relic. Then I can play the petitioners. Get my petitioner going. Play the relic. Counter spell from the opponent. Okay. Play the petitioners. Can attack. I guess I forgot to attack last turn. Play contaminated aquifer. I don't want to start milling them. I want to get my Knot of the Bones going. Another petitioner and a Glistener Seer. Play a land. Play another petitioner. Or let's play the Glistener Seer first, I guess. That'll be 4 petitioners in play. Play a petitioner. Okay, so they have 4 cards in hand. I have to determine what I want to do. It's 4 turns of milling them, kill them. All right, I'm just going to mill myself. Mill into... No, 1 relic gone. 2 Seraph Sanctuaries gone. Play a Universal Automaton. Gain a life. 1, 2, 3, 4 in play. Cycle. Get a tap land. Play the tap land. Just trying to find a Knot of the Bone. I want to make them work. They scoop. Yes. They were like, I can't mill myself. If I mill myself, you'll mill me. And then awesome. On to round 4. We're here in round 4 on the play. There was an issue with the league score. Sorry about that. Let's mulligan this one. Okay, this seems fine. I can keep it. Get rid of the forest. We'll play the Rimewood Falls and pass the turn. My opponent has mulligan to 6. Rimewood Falls, go. They're on Affinity, so I think I want to play out the petitioners and then mill myself 1. Try to hit a creature so I can get rid of their land. They play the Great Furnace into a Wellspring. Let's mill me 1. Okay, that worked. Play the Sanctuary, Mass Vandal, exile your blue black land. Okay. Alright, so next turn we have play 2 creatures, mill you 12. They play a black land. That didn't affect them very much at all. Deadly Disputes down to 47 in library. This is going to be tough. Looks like they were trying to Deadly Dispute again. Plays a Refurbished Familiar. Get rid of this Moth Dust Changeling. Play Seraph Sanctuary. Play Glistener Seer. Play Persistent Petitioners. I'm just going to mill you right away. Boom. That's the turn. We milled Toxin, Galvanic, Blood Fountain, Reckoner's Bargain, Refurbished Familiar, Vault of Whispers. They go Chromatic Star. Gets in for 2. I'm not really worried about life issues. Plays Krarkland Shaman so they can wipe the board now. It's sacrificed. They messed up holding priority and totally hosed themselves. That sucks. Okay. That is not the way you want to see it. Alright. So we want all of the Deglammers. Glamour, Masked Vandal. If we're Deglammering them, maybe Knot of the Bone is not as good. And then try cutting some of the crummy 1-drops. That was brutal. Opponent plays a Blood Fountain. I might have been paused on accident, so sorry if that was weird. Okay, I'll play a 2-drop. Attack. I had played out my Changeling and then I gave it flying and attacked for no reason. But I realize now that I could just give it flying to get rid of the Krarkland Shaman. Our opponent refurbishes. We discard Knot of the Bone. I think we have to mill ourselves to try to find a deep analysis. They kill a Petitioner. Sort of mean. Play Glistener Seer. Play an Automaton. Pass. Swamp for the opponent. Play the Krarkland Shaman. Getting in for 2 before they wipe my board. Please sacrifice 3 artifacts. I choose to. You have a Deadly Dispute as well. Nice. Just 2 free for Affinity. Let's mill ourselves. Can we find a deep analysis? We did. Okay. I like that. 3 Knot of the Bones in the graveyard, though. Oh, come on! Affinity. That's the turn. I'll just go to the next round. They wrecked me. Okay, here we go. Round 5. Looking for that 3-2. This is fine. Keep. Opponent says that they like the videos. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Play Seraph Sanctuary and pass the turn. We don't currently have any changelings at hand. Okay, our opponent plays Tomb Raider. Let's cycle the Generous Ent. Grabbing the tap land. I have a Masked Vandal. I'll play the Rimewood Falls, pass the turn. I can just cycle for another tap land, play the Seraph Sanctuary, and get rid of their Great Furnace. It's not good for them. Our opponent said 14%. They're remarking on how easy it was to just have the Tomb Raider opener, I guess. Oh, I messed that up. Okay, play the Seraph Sanctuary. We will Masked Vandal, exile your land, gain 2 life, then cycle another Generous Ent, grabbing another Rimewood Falls. They lead on Synthesizer, finding another mountain, so they're going to lose one of the mountains. They can just choose which one to lose. They lose the one from the Ren's Resolve. And they're going to go after my Masked Vandal, killing it. Okay, Masked Vandal down. But we've gained a bunch of life. This is my matchup to punish the RNGs. We ended up getting wrecked by Affinity and Fae, but this one is, I think, all us. Let's do it. Epicure went to the exile zone. This turn we have Bellowing Crier, pitch Knot of the Bone, and play Persistent Petitioners, which is pretty solid. Opponent goes Synthesizer into another Tomb Raider. Easy peasy. See if they can kill my Vandal again. Blast the Vandal into nowhere. Get in for 4, we're at 16. Got a Changeling. Oink. Gain some life. Play a Bellowing Crier. We loot. Discard the Knot of the Bone. Pass the turn. I'm going to trade the Crier for the Tomb Raider. That way the Knot of the Bone's a little bit better. They're getting in. I'll block. Looks like they're going to Kuldotha Rebirth here. Yep. And what do they draw off their Synthesizer? The Clockwork Percussionist. Wow, they are outgrinding us for real. Need to get the Petitioner into play if I can, but I just don't have that much mana. There we go. Well, let's start with another Bellowing Crier. Or maybe just play the Petitioner. Okay, well, let's play a Petitioner. Pass the turn. Currently can gain 1, 2, 3 life. 6 life. Maybe I should have just dumped these onto the table. They play a Reckless Impulse, finding Synthesizer Epicure. They're probably going to play the Synthesizer here. Play an Epicure. Land. It's going to be played until the end of next turn. Kills my creature. Man. What do I trade with? Because I just take out token and cast Knot of the Bone. Gain 10 life. We'll go Glistener Seer. I'll try a Bellowing Crier. Loot. Discarding Glistener Seer. Play Petitioners. I have 2 X3 blockers now. Start taking out their 1/1s. We play Synthesizer. What do they find? Mountain. Okay. 1 card in hand. Plays another Percussionist. It's in for 1 billion. Gonna block and kill this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I'm gonna scry on upkeep. If I can find a Changeling like a Masked Vandal, I can do pretty well here. Scry. Don't want the land. We'll draw. Deep Analysis. We'll Deep Analysis. Play the Changeling. That was lucky. Gain 2 life. We'll play the Forest. And then pass the turn. So I'm hoping that my creatures stick around and live so that I can try to find another Knot of the Bone. They have 1 card in hand. They crack the Synthesizer. Finding a Kuldotha. Just keeps going. They Kuldotha. 1,000,000 cards in hand, or in play. It's in for a lot. We'll block a token. Take a lot of damage. I'm at 9. Another Kuldotha Rebirth, come on. Brutal. Let's mill ourselves. There's a Knot of the Bone, that's good. So I can draw. Find a Masked Vandal. That doesn't really help, but it does gain life. So I can play the Masked Vandal and gain life. Okay. Play that. Gain 2 life. Do I want to exile that forever? It's probably worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can still gain 10 life. I'm passing. Getting rid of the percussionist is good because when you exile it, they don't get to get a value off of it. Right, our opponent's going to get in. I think I'm going to go block, block, block. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Block here, block, block. And then mill myself. Tap, 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 tap. And then mill myself again. And then cast the Knot of the Bone. So we gain 32 life. Awesome. So now on my upkeep, I will scry. I'll take the automaton because it's a changeling and it gains me more life. Gain some life. Sweet. And then we will deep analysis, drawing some cards. Just how we drew it up. Land, pass the turn. Given that I have the Knot of the Bone in hand, I can start milling my opponent. I guess if they kill my petitioners, then I might have to mill myself trying to find... they scoop! Yes! We got there. Oh. If they come after me, then I would have to like... Let's see. What am I talking about? If they went to go and kill the petitioner, I was going to try to mill myself to try to find a deep analysis to draw into more petitioners. But we only had 20-something cards in library. So, Sandstorm is good. Crier is medium. We can maybe cut one of each of these. So far, I've really liked the deep analysis, but I haven't really liked the Bellowing Crier. Although it does trade with, it's better to have the loot and trade with a 2/2. So, let's submit. Here we have a lot of good stuff, but no extra land. I'm a little concerned. Our opponent has mulliganed. If I find another land, I'm great. But what are my odds of that? We have 18 lands in the deck plus 4 cyclers. Alright, the hypergeometric calculator says it's too risky. I'm mulliganing. This seems a lot better, but not amazing. Keep. We can get rid of... What should we get rid of? I guess one Knot of the Bone. Opponent with the monkey. Yeah, monkey toy. Can we find an untapped land? If so, we can get rid of their Great Furnace. Play the Rimewood Falls. Reckless Impulse from the opponent. Finding Tomb Raider and Lightning Bolt. I will cycle the Genercent. Grabbing the dual land. Unfortunately, have nothing I can do here. So they're probably going to go Tomb Raider Bolt. That is a lot of damage. I need some lands. We're at 15 and then 12 right away. We can Mass Vandal. Get rid of this. We have a second Mass Vandal, so I can just play 2 1-drops and then block and then Mass Vandal again. They play an Epicure. I think I should kill the monkey. Get it off the table. Go to 9. They reveal a percussionist that they can't play. Oh, they can play it. Never mind. Plays a percussionist. So I'll play a changeling. Play an automaton. Pass the turn. They end the festivities. Okay. And bushwhack. Brutal. Kill your thing. I need a land. Didn't get there. Mono red is strong. Okay. Let's get rid of... Bring the deep analysis. Sandstorm is decent, but I don't think it's really where we need to be. What is I just need lands. So I think that the filtering and stuff is good. I sort of wonder if this deck wants to be playing the Modern Age. Probably better to have the Bellowing Crier, though. Let's keep. I can Bellowing Crier away the deep analysis. Definitely leading on the Rimewood Falls. And getting rid of the deep analysis there, that's just how I drew it up. We go like land, Crier the deep analysis, and then we play Mass Vandal. But I don't have any ways to gain life yet. I'll play the Rimewood and pass the turn. What you got? What you got? Great Furnace, okay. Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider all day. Play Bellowing Crier. Discard this. We found a Knot of the Bone. We're gonna block. Then we can Mass Vandal the land. They might just kill my thing. Play another Tomb Raider. Let's see if they have a Clockwork Percussionist. Okay. Block. I'm still looking for lands. Finding another land is good. Play an automaton. We're gonna Mass Vandal. Get rid of your land. Get rid of the Bellowing Crier. Sorry about the flashing around on the screen. We're going to block here, or maybe just double block the Tomb Raider. That's probably the best play. They have 3 cards in hand. They Ren's Resolve, finding Tomb Raider Bolt. They don't attack. I'm going to Deep Analysis, finding Bellowing Crier and Petitioners. Let's just play the Petitioners out. Pass the turn. Tomb Raider again. So maybe they bolt the Petitioner. I can like Masked Vandal, exile this, double block here. All right, that's what I'm going to do. We're going to double block here. Let's see if we draw a land. Did not draw land. Play the Bellowing Crier and try to loot. I will get rid of a Changeling and then just go ahead and play out the Masked Vandal. Exile this guy. Exiling a creature and pass the turn. So now the defense is up, but we need to start getting there. Plays the Epicure. 2 cards in hand. What do you got? I'll just trade here, but I probably don't have to. I can just double block, try to force it. The value is good here. This is a land, but a tap land. Let's cycle for the Rimewood Falls and play it, and then I can pass. There's a little bit of nervousness because they could have 9 damage at instant speed. They've used 1 bolt. Currently, Galvanic is online. No attacks. Another Genercent. I'm gonna cycle the Ent. Getting a Forest. Play the Forest. That puts more in the graveyard for the Knot of the Bone. Now I have the Petitioners. So I can like end step, mill, and then not gnaw. Then untap and gnaw. They play Percussionist. Currently I can just block everything and just not worry about it. Okay, we're gonna mill myself. 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I find another Knot of the Bone? I did. Multiples. Great. Untap. Pass Knot of the Bone. Okay, we're good now. Play land. Draw 2 cards. Play another Petitioner. I think it should be smooth sailing now. Closing out. Can even play a Genercent. They play another Percussionist. Can't get through my army of 1/3s. Very good. I mean, they can chump attack just to cycle. We'll mill you. Play a land. And then start with a Bellowing Crier. Discard the Knot of the Bone for value. I have another island. I'll just discard the island. Play the Genercent. We are chillin'. Our opponent discards a mountain to rummage with the blood token. They've got 2 mana left. It's gonna be hard for them to kill me. They could kill both my Petitioners here. They are just passing. We'll mill you again. Tap, 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 tap. Okay, they go to 18 in library. Milling a bunch of stuff. I haven't paid that much attention to what I'm milling over there. GG's opponent. All right, we're gonna end up finishing 3-2. We got pretty destroyed by Blue-Black Fae and by Affinity, but we got the chest, got the play points back. I like that. It's really fun to play this deck. So what did I learn? Overall, the relics were the most important thing for my sideboarding. The glamour would have been better if I had maybe 12 Deglammers and it was on the play or something. I think the Knot of the Bone and Deep Analysis are the best draw and life gain package in the deck, but I don't know if Bellowing Crier by itself is that useful. It was kind of good, and as a 2/1 that was also good, so I might just keep it this way. There's probably some room to move things around. I liked having 2 of the dual lands and 4 of the Genercent with 18 lands. We had a lot of 1-landers anyway that I was like not that happy about. And these are all kind of mid. So I think it's overall probably in a good spot. From the sideboard, these are cards that I'm not sure of. I don't think we need the Sandstorm against mono red. Dispel didn't really come up against the Terror deck, but I guess if we were playing against a straight up control deck, Dispel would maybe be better than Knot of the Bone or Masked Vandal, so I could see it being good there. It just didn't come up. Maybe we just have more Dispels then. And also the Changelings in the deck, since I took out the Pawn Prophet, we have a lot fewer Changelings, which made Spellstutter Sprite not very good. So we would consider just more Dispels and then maybe Sandstorm or more Declaimer type effects. Hopefully you enjoyed. The deck is really cool, and we'll see you in the next video.